much luck today else. Okay. So I'm streaming live from my phone. So yes, welcome. So I'm just letting people know who are waiting because I just want to let everybody know. Welcome so much, everybody. Let's just see if anybody is going to come up live here. Having lots of technical difficulties. And yes, I'm so sorry about that. We don't know what the issue is. We've reconnected the internet with a hard line. So yes, we really don't know what the issue is. But yes, welcome. I know that there are people waiting. Cherise was first. Honey is next. So I will be answering your questions here. Hi Tracy, thank you. Hi Cherise. So okay, so and then Claudel. That's who it was, I think. Yeah. So Cherise, then Honey, then Claudel. So we'll just look at the questions from the previous live chat, or if you can copy and paste it, that's great. Otherwise, we'll just look there.
I think the previous live chat would be easier for me because I can't see on your phone.
Yes, that's true. This. Okay, so Anthony's with me as always.
Hello, everyone.
There we go. Sorry about the, what do I call it? Vibrations. So here we are. Okay, so welcome everybody. Sorry it's been a bit of a delay. And I think maybe we'll just keep it short tonight anyway. Claudel and Honey, if you could just please type who you would like me to channel and what your questions are, then I can go ahead and do those when I'm ready, after I'm done with Cherise's. So, sorry, I can't talk and type. And go further than that. There we go. Sorry, we just had to make a plan B, and that's why I'm here on my phone streaming over here. And Anthony is just okay. All right. I'm trying not to get distracted. All right. So Cherise has asked for guidance for herself for 2023, as well as for the collective. Cherise says I can keep her short. And then let me just hear from you all. Would you prefer I did a separate video, which is not going to be a live? The separate video that I'm thinking about doing will not be a live, but I will be doing a reading and recording it and then putting it up. I mean, I might do it live. I'm not saying it won't be live. But I had this plan to do this video for a nice video for 2023, the year ahead, and the kinds of things we can expect. I'm looking more from an energetic point of view and a other dimensional point of view into that. However, I'm happy to also just give some guidance here now. So you can give it a bit of a vote. Okay, so yes, if you feel like voting and saying whether you'd like me to do it now here on this live tonight, or if we are going to do it, yes, for which, the recorded video or the live right now, a separate video, not tonight or tonight. So tonight or another night. Okay, lots of uses, but I don't know what it's for.
Maybe you should ask
Is it-
one question.
Yes, sorry, I've really been thrown a little bit by the technical difficulties we've been having. A separate one. Okay, people want a separate one. That's what the yes is for. Okay, great, thank you. All right, let's do that then. Okay, who wants to come through for Cherise? Okay, so we've got our 3 for tonight, which is Cherise, Honey, and Claudel. And then we'll see what comes up for the collective. Maybe a bit of guidance for 2023. In fact, we might just start with that because it's part of Cherise's question. So let's see. Who would like to come through for Cherise? Cherise, I see one of your guides who wants to come through. It feels like an ancestral guide, female. I'm not saying this is an Indian guide, but she has a bit of the clothing she wears is reminding me a little bit of that. So I think this is quite, from long ago. Let me see if she's got a name to give me. She says you can call her Suhara. Suhara. Okay, come through, Suhara. You're welcome to come through. Only beings for love and light. Highest frequency. Purest intentions. Thank you. Hello. Hello, dear children. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
This is Suhara. I am Suhara. Thank you for having me here. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you.
Welcome.
Thank you. And as someone who has a lot of experience in my culture and with giving advice to people in the lifetime that I lived here, I have a pretty good grasp or a good understanding of what is currently going on cosmologically, and I'm happy to provide guidance, some general guidance for you specifically, Cherise, as well as some for the collective here, for those of you remaining here on Earth right now.
Great, thank you. So Cherise is asking for general guidance. So she's asking for guidance on the path ahead for 2023 and motivation for 2023. So first she would like for herself, and then she would also like for the collective.
Right. Okay. Cherise, the year ahead is going to be a tough one for many people. But there's also going to be really a lot of positives. If your mindset and your focus and your energy is on the right things, it will be easy to get distracted and caught up in the happenings and negative things that will occur. But those who are focused on the positive and focused on the good things that are happening will also realize that a lot of what is happening is a cleansing and a change, and the eventual outcome, even though going through this fire may be very difficult for most people, will find it hard and will go through some painful experiences, but to be thankful nonetheless for the experiences that are coming, because the end result is beautiful, and not to be discouraged by anything, and remembering that this is all a holographic experience. Nothing is truly real on this planet, and as things are changing, know that a lot of what you're seeing are holographic but not actually physically happening. A lot of what you will see will seem real, and a lot of what doesn't seem real will be real. So it is a time where concepts and mindsets and beliefs are going to change. You can think of it as the year of the tower. For those of you that know the tarot, the tower card is when everything comes tumbling down and one's beliefs are shaken. And it will be much the same for you in this sense, Charisse. So you have gained much and learnt much and have come a very long way and come very far in your spiritual journey, as well as understanding more about living in flow here on this earth and learning to just enjoy life here. So you have come far, and this will really serve you well. And so I just want to encourage you to keep positive and to stay mindful no matter what you may be going through. Just stay mindful, and to remember that even though everything seems to be changing drastically and on a large scale, some of it may seem subtle, some of it will be rough for people to understand or do, but it's important to just stay present with your own journey and where you are, not to worry too much about what's out there in the media. It will benefit you much more to trust your own intuition than to trust the media. Please, if anybody has any questions, including you, Charisse. And then, yes, just motivation is remember who you are, remember what the purpose of all of this is, which is to experience, to grow, to learn, and to serve. Many of you have come here to serve as well, not just to learn and experience. So in your case, Charisse, remember that you're here to serve as well. It's not only the experiences. And let that encourage you, because you and all the other light workers out there will be the hope that people will need in the coming days. You will give them the guidance. So if you work on yourself and stay on your own, true to yourself, and focus on your own journey and listen to your intuition, you will be able to help those around you as well. And this goes for all the light workers. And yes, I just want to encourage everybody just to keep your chin up, stay positive. That is and just always work from a place of love. So this is what we've been speaking about most of this year. So stay in that positive attitude, because it will serve you.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Just want to see if anybody has any follow-up questions regarding this coming time.
No, they're saying thank you. No, they're saying this is what I'm going through. Things like this.
Yeah. Just keep your heart and mind open. And it's time to reach out and create a community. Yeah. Thank you. Any other questions?
No?
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Wow, beautiful. All right, who's next?
Honey didn't come through with any questions, so maybe we lost her.
Yeah, maybe Honey didn't. I don't know if there's any questions that's coming through on this live. There we go. I feel tired, just need to rest. Thank you, thank you. Alone time. Got it going now. Okay, going now. Yes, that's all just what I'm going through. Yes. Feel tired, just need to rest. Thank you. Alone time. All right, great, fantastic. All right. So I don't know if Honey, if you're still there, or if you were able to find this video. I hope so. I'm so sorry that we got disconnected on the other side. Really not much we can do on this side. We'll try and figure out what the problem is with my computer. It could be all the load shedding that's just messing everything up. If you're not from South Africa, we have load shedding here, which is scheduled blackouts that the government, or should I say that Eskom arranges. But Eskom is basically, it's our only power company, our electricity company. And yeah, so this is what we're going through. This is part of the changes that we're experiencing. And it's not just South Africa, it's many in African countries. So yes. Fidel says, I just need a message from my guide to check. Oh, the messages disappear. It's really annoying. To check if I'm on the right track. Okay. All right, Fidel. Who wants to come through for Fidel to give her the guidance she needs right now? Okay, the purest intentions, those who would most be able to help Liddell tonight, even if you maybe want to come through as a collective for her. Okay, I'm just having a conversation because there's a few that kind of want to say things to you. There's a few of you guys that want to speak to you. But there's one that's coming through more strongly. It's what I would call a tall white. Greetings, Liddell and Earthlings. Thank you for having me.
Hi, thanks for joining us.
Hi.
Claudel would just like to get a message from you. She says, I'm feeling out of sorts, so she just wants a message, please.
Claudel, it's completely understandable that you're feeling out of sorts. Trust me, you're not the only one. So many are going through this experience. And I want to let you know to be easy. Don't judge yourself too harshly. Just be with yourself wherever you are right now. Be with yourself in this space where things just feel a little bit not how they usually feel. Many channelers, even though they are still able to channel, are finding that things feel different. And as this is partly the case with you, but there's also other things going on. So I want to tell you that because of what's happening right now, this is actually fairly normal, as well as the Mercury retrograde that's happening tomorrow. So there's a lot going on, and please understand that tonight is an opening. It's exactly 10 years ago today that this whole path was started of this awakening process in 2012. And so it's been exactly 10 years. We are halfway through. So things are literally changing at a very rapid rate, and none of it's going to happen in the way that anybody expects it to happen. Everybody has an idea in their head of how they expect the changes to happen. Some things people are more clear on and expect, but let me just tell you, in spite of any messages you might have received, don't be surprised if things don't turn out quite the way you expected. So this is a time to be in flow and to just be with what is, not to judge yourself harshly, but just to have compassion for yourself wherever you may be. And yes, you are definitely on the right track. So just keep having compassion for yourself. Don't force yourself to do anything too frantic or hectic at this time. This is really a time for everybody just to take some time for themselves, including you, Claudel. So even though I'm speaking to you, this is also a message for everyone else out there, especially those who are doing the work of the light. This is not a time to push yourself. This is not a time to force yourself to grow or to do things. If you feel it on your heart to do some self-work, then go ahead and do that. But it is a time to really, really, really just take a step back and just be. Not to stress too much about anything, not to make any hectic plans, but just be in flow with it. Just be in flow with it. Just allow yourself to do on a daily basis what you feel you need to do. So daily, just be in the moment in the day. Do not plan things ahead too much. Just, if ideas come, write them down, but try to just be in the present. And I want to tell you, you're doing really well, Claudel. In spite of how things may be feeling, in spite of you literally transforming into something else, someone else, we should say. You are still you, but as you and so many others are going through the same thing, your frequencies are raising, the whole Earth's frequencies are raising, and the collective's frequencies are raising. So it's creating quite a change, and as energy, old energy and energy that's not wanted is released, it creates space, and that space that is there may feel weird, may feel different, because the old you is no longer there. And this is the funny thing about when we hold on to our old personas. Those old personas, those old parts of ourselves, we were so sure that it was part of who we are and what our personalities are, that we miss that part of ourselves sometimes. And this is what many people are experiencing right now, finding themselves looking into their old lives, so to speak, their pre-awakened lives. Not to go back there, but wanting to have some of the fun experiences that maybe they've had before. And this is okay, and it's completely normal. So do not judge yourself for that. Just be in flow with it. So, yes, and I also, just from a more personal perspective, want to say hello from your star family. We are here. We are here all the time. You can reach out to us at any time. Yes. See. Sorry, Michelle here. I'm trying to get the name. I'm being shown a name. It's also something that starts with an S. Sawikara, Swakara, something like Swakara, Sawikara, Swakara, something like that. Claudel, you can maybe just sit with it and see, test the names and see what feels right, or see what name comes up for you. It's not coming through clearly for me at all, that name. Okay. So, Sawakara, something like that. Okay. So yeah, just a lot of love coming from her. It's also female, and lots of love coming from her. So hopefully that that helps you, Claudel. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions. She's still kind of right here, so I can get her back again. Okay, so just let me know. All right. Hi, Shaylee. Yay, I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Yay. I miss the carefree life, yes. So she's saying here, and I don't know if you can see.
No.
You know, maybe you can check on your own phone what the chat messages are.
Never thought
This
that.
change, okay, I'm just reading what Claudel has typed. This change to so strong that sometimes I feel like I'm going crazy. Yeah, many people will feel like this, definitely. I'm feeling it myself. That is just what I told my husband, that I miss the carefree life. Is this one of my guides? Yes. It feels like your starseed family, if that makes sense. But it is at the same time a guide as well. Okay. Claudel says, thank you. Yes, it helps. Thank you. How long will this feeling be? Yes, Shaylee. I'm so glad you helped me with that. So how long will this feeling be? I'm hot and cold like a change of life. Yes, it is. It's changing. We're all changing. On quite a physical level. So if you watched my transmission on Wednesday morning, the past Wednesday morning, there was actually a light code activation that came through for the physical changes that we're going through. Like a lot of people are getting sick and weird things are happening. And it's in all levels, mental and emotional, everything. It's like quite interesting. We are literally changing. Our densities are changing. Our DNA is changing. We are just completely changing. Let me see if I can get an estimate. And I just want to put a little disclaimer on here that when I'm giving estimates, or when estimates come through of times, like how long things will take it with a grain of salt, a pinch of salt, because the future is very subjective and it changes all the time. Nothing is set in stone. If predictions come true, like to the T, it's because that everything has gone exactly the way as was seen along a certain path. So in terms of timelines, it's not always going to be set in stone how long something takes, because of things change. There's different minds influencing, and there's more and more people that are able to put intentions in. So fortune telling as such is not the art it used to be. It's much harder to get a read on things because there's more and more people that are awoken and influencing the outcomes of things and learning to manifest in a conscious way. So this has a huge influence, as well as the cosmic energies that are out there, and also not interfering, because they're not allowed to interfere, but as more people are asking for guidance, they are giving as they are permitted to, if that makes sense. Okay. Let me see if I can get her back fully. Yes. So we are looking at sevens for a period of approximately 7 months. This will be the most, it will be kind of like a trial period for getting used to changes, because there's going to be continuous changes and they're all going to be different. Much the same as when one is a new parent and every month of the baby's life is a completely different experience. Just when you think you're getting used to how to parent, it changes. So it's much the same with the changes that everybody are going through right now. So the next 7 months approximately will be a time to get used to the changes as they happen and to be more in flow with it and to get your head around being flexible, planning for what needs to be planned for, but not getting into the thinking in the head too much, rather people focusing more on the heart space. So that's how you're going to be able to be flexible and adjust to the changes, is to really just be in the heart space and be present as much as possible. And just be with whatever is and take it one step at a time. That's literally the only thing you can do. There is no other way through it. And then in the next 7 years, the changes will happen so dramatically across the globe. The whole earth will change, and it will affect what's happening in the universe as well, in this solar system and this universe. And of course everything ripples out and has a ripple effect, so it will have an effect everywhere, all the changes that are happening. It's much like the butterfly effect. So just be prepared for the fact that change is constant, as we already know, but it's going to be much more evident. And people that have had boring lives up until this point will definitely not be bored anymore. And those who have struggled to get to grips with change and things like that will go through a difficult period as they learn to adjust to the changes. This is not to say that some things can't stay constant. So still go ahead and have your routines and go ahead with your daily lives, but be in flow with everything. So yes, we're looking at sevens. And the next 7 days will also be, you will continue to feel out of sorts. It's also due to the Mercury retrograde that's happening. So the next 7 days will feel quite different. Next 7 months will be getting used to the changes as they happen. And the next 7 years will be a time where everything on the globe is just going to change. More and more and more new technology coming out, more disclosure happening, different kinds of healing becoming commonplace. So things that have not been seen as the norm or the usual run of things will become normal, so to speak. And there will not be anything like weird anymore, because the weird will become the normal, if that makes sense. Or what used to be considered weird will become the normal. So I hope that makes sense. And yes, let me know if you have any follow-up questions, or if anybody else has any questions for me. We are orbiting above the planet.
Can you then tell us a little bit more about yourselves while we're waiting for questions to come through?
Yes. So I am what the industrial military complex refers to as a tall white. There are other names that we're known by, but we'll just go by that for now. And I am on a ship currently with others like me, and we are also accompanied by some other races as well, but the predominant beings on this ship are of my race. We have come here to bear witness, but also to observe the changes and to support those as they need it. I personally am here at this time to look after Claudel, and when I say look after, I do not mean I'm interfering. I mean I'm here providing support if she may need it, and there are a few others that I'm also guiding at this time, not only Claudel. So I am what you would call the type of guide that is not there with a person their whole lives, but for a period of time as they're adjusting and changing. And many of the people that are here with me are fulfilling similar roles for other humans, and there's also other ships where this is being provided. So I'm communicating in a more telepathic way with Michelle right now. She's allowing me to speak through her, but it's less of a channeling and more of a telepathic communication. She's literally just translating what I'm saying, because telepathic communication is not linguistic. So, yes. Do you have any other questions, Anthony?
I was going to ask if there's any Earth humans on the ship with you.
We are not allowed to reveal that at this point.
Okay, thank you. Then, so my question is.
So by that I can tell you that there are some, but we're not allowed to reveal who they are or why they're here.
Oh no, I just wanted to know if there was any. That's all.
Okay.
So I'm just looking. There's no other questions yet. So I've got another question. So with you being on the ship in orbit, how do you view the world, the Earth at the moment, in terms of? I guess I'm looking for a practical sense. If I would put myself in your shoes, how would I be navigating or seeing what's going on in the world to be able to help the people I need to help?
So we are mostly communicating through telepathic means with those who we want to connect with and whom we want to provide support to. And we also, in terms of seeing the Earth, so I'm going to answer that in a literal sense for you as well. We see with a very different spectrum of light, so we see more colors, and we see the outer dimensions, if I can put it that way. We are seeing more of what most humans are able to see on the Earth. We are seeing the fifth dimensional representation, if that makes sense, and we are also moving around in the fifth dimension more. We are so this is why if one of your spaceships had to go out in orbit, not all would be able to see us, because we are in fifth dimension currently and are operating in there most of the time. And when we are communicating, we're communicating telepathically. We also do sometimes go onto the surface or within, depending on who we are visiting and what we are doing, to communicate and provide support and to teach. So does that make sense to you, Anthony?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay.
Great. We've got some questions. Charisse would like to know, is Africa splitting in two, and will we see it in our lifetime?
Some will see it in your lifetime, because as has been revealed before, there are many that's going to be part of the change and physically transform, and will be able to live much longer lives and at a higher density. So many are physically, the changes that you're going through are part of becoming higher density beings. So therefore you will be able to live longer, because you will not be stuck within the rules. So this is gradually happening. It's not happened yet. It will be over the next 7 years. Estimated that will be the first ones will be going through the change. Not everybody will be going through the change now in this physical way of a higher density, but the first ones will be going through the change, and then there will be more to follow. So, sorry, I've gotten distracted. What was the... Because I'm seeing all kinds of things.
About Africa splitting apart?
Yes. Just hear what she's saying. So yes, many will witness it. There will be a split, but it will not necessarily... It will be drastic for those that are along that fault line. So I would not advise anybody to remain at the fault lines unless you are protected in some way. And of course, there will be a lot of protection provided as well. So it won't be, does not have to be a negative experience. It's actually quite a positive experience. And it's going to create a really, really beautiful new natural wonders, and also allow some of the inner earth openings to become revealed. And this is part of why the earth is changing so much. Gaia herself is wanting to bring this change about, as she is changing too, and also becoming a higher density being. So she's going more into being a seventh dimensional being, or seventh density being. And so there's a lot she wants to reveal. She doesn't want the truth to be covered up anymore. She wants the truth to come out. So yes, there will be all kinds of interesting things that will be revealed, and interesting people that will be revealed, and interesting worlds that will be revealed, worlds within this world. And it will be part of the new earth, the new experience, and will be absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. But of course, with every change, there's discomfort. With every change, huge changes like this, it has an effect, and not everybody will survive the changes of the world and the earth, and not everybody will survive the physical changes. A lot of people are exiting, and that is part of what will happen in the next year, and especially in the next 7 years. There will be a lot of people and species that are going to exit this place and no longer be here. Most of them have chosen this pre-incarnation. So yeah, that's part of the pain that a lot of people will have to experience. But when you know that a lot of the animal life, but there will also be new animal life and new species and new people coming out. So it's just going to be a really beautiful time of change. And then of course in the next 70 years will be the biggest changes. That's what we're looking at.
Great, thank you. Someone's asking, where is the fault line?
There is a fault line along Africa's coastline. And there is also some parts, so if you look at the western edge of Africa, and will be coming in. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes, makes sense.
Yeah.
So someone's concerned here, because they live on a fault line, but not that fault line, asking if you recommend people that live on a fault line to move, or is it just the the African fault line that you're talking about, that's a problem.
So for currently it's the African one that is this major problem, but there will be some other fault lines affected. Remember that the Earth is changing axis. There's a whole change that is happening, physical transformation is happening within the Earth, just as it is happening with the human beings. So I do not want to alarm anyone. Most people, as you change, will be able to deal with the new changes of Earth as well. You will be changing with Earth, and you will be able to handle a lot more. You will also, a lot of technology will also be shared with you that it's not currently known and shared on the Earth, and there will be devices and structures that can keep you safe. So do not worry about it until you get there. I would like to encourage you to look forward to the new world and the new Earth and how beautiful it will be. Be in the moment. Be in the moment for now. Do not worry and have anxiety about what will or could happen. Just take it as it comes and follow your intuition, not your fear. So out of your head, into your heart, open mind, open heart, open body, and listen to your intuition, whatever your intuition tells you. For now, who is it that asked?
Shaylee was asking about it. She's in Utah.
So Shaylee, I would recommend for you personally, you are okay, you are safe where you are. So do not concern yourself with it overly much at this point. You will be absolutely fine, and most will be.
Thank you. And then Claudel wants to know, are you part of my ancestors?
Sort of. Not exactly. It's more, it's a bit of a quandary in terms of timelines. Because yes, we are part of your ancestors. I'm not personally an ancestor of yours, but my family line shares a family line with yours. So you are, in a sense, like a cousin to me. And of course, as we are also able to not think of time as so linear, some of the people that I connect with and speak to are also in your future. So I hope that makes sense.
Thank you. This is very interesting. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you for joining us. Do you perhaps have any parting words for the collective before we say goodnight?
Just enjoy this time. Be easy. If you feel like doing something that is an old experience that you used to have, that you feel like doing, go ahead and do it. Do not judge yourself for that, for wanting to do something like that. Many of these experiences will no longer be there in a few years' time, and things are going to change so much that some of the experiences that you are craving and wanting to experience will not even be there to experience. So just enjoy this time. Enjoy this time. This time right now, the next month or so, is really a time of just being. Just being. Focus on your family, your loved ones. Whoever that is for you, don't mean necessarily physical family, but whoever your family, your tribe is, spend time with them. Serve in the community if you can, if you're able, if it's on your heart to do so. And just be easy and relax at this time. Enjoy this time. Just find time to be still. Find time to have fun. Find time to just enjoy life and experience life. This is a time for just experiencing this 3D perspective.
Great. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Wow. Thank you. That was pretty cool. Thank you very much, everybody. So yeah, this is me. I don't think I'm done for tonight. I don't think there's much else going on. I would just like to ask that if you found this useful, to please like and subscribe to my channel, please. The more people subscribe and the more people comment and the more people share, the more can see it. So I would appreciate that very much. And if you think there's anybody that would like to see this, please share it with them. And thank you so much for everybody sticking with me and being patient while we had technical difficulties at the beginning. Yes, and if you want to support the work that I do, I am not doing sessions for the rest of the month. I am just relaxing with family. So from 4th of January, I am doing sessions again. So please do support me if you would like to have more of a personal interaction with me and do deeper work. And yeah, you can also, if there was anything useful for you and it feels on your heart to do so, please consider giving me a contribution. There is a PayPal link below and my website link is also below. And again, thank you very much for everybody who came through and who was so patient. And yeah, thank you very much. Love my Monday night channeling. And I hope you all have a super week ahead. And I will be back next week for the last live channeling session of 2022. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Come on, here we go.
Bye.
Okay, now just to figure out how to end this. All right. Yes, there we go.